the promo package for them.
The promo package on NXT was awesome.
Yeah, for those two.
Yeah.
And, like you saw, like Pete Dunne. I mean, he's held that title for a while. It was 2017 when he got it. He looked young.
He did.
Like,
well, he's got
like
a beard now, so
quote unquote grown up. Like,
yeah,
it's only like 24.
Yeah,
all grown up.
Well, I'll save it for the pod.
All right, so we'll talk about the Oliver thing. We won't talk about it very long, and then we're going straight into predictions.
Cool.
Sam them all are all. So we won't have to do the 3 count thing. We just gotta get the music. Do you guys want the hip hop beat or the rock and roll beat?
Hip hop.
I said hip hop.
Hip hop.
I said hip hop. A hip into the hip hop.
Hip hop anonymous. You give him all the easy ones.
Can we do both?
I'm the hip hop eponymous.
It's our show, Bill.
Hopefully I flow like
Guess what we can do?
Can we do like rock and roll until
one, and then
we'll do rock and roll until you do the F&B thing in the middle, and then we'll switch to hip hop. Can we do that?
I like that.
It's our show.
Well, that's why I'm asking you and not them. I'm not asking the people. I'm not asking Twitter. I'm asking you.
Yes, we could do that.
Twitter, but if you want to tell us,
yeah, right.
Fuck Twitter.
Oh, here we go.
All right, I'm gonna call Kurt back.
Yeah, right.
Keep fucking around.
Love our fans.
I actually share that same sentiment. Like I love our fans. I love about 3,000 people on Twitter.
There's like
hey, I made it to 800
trillion now. You made it 800?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
And I unfollowed the shit out of people that don't follow me.
There you go.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
I'm at 97.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
I'm 3 from 10,000.
Yeah.
I was included on some.
But that's not Joe, right? That's the
very original. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Oh. 6,700 on JCP.
Woo! How do you even do that? How long have you had it?
About the length of time of the
I
podcast.
tell you what,
really,
it'll gain steam, and like so, I was doing Follow Fridays and like doing a lot of stuff, and then I was really active. And the last like few weeks since I've been working, I've just been watching shows. I haven't been tweeting. I used to do what Jason did and always tweet watching it, my thoughts as I'm watching it.
Yeah.
And then I really cooled off, but like I've still gained like 100 followers in like those like 3 weeks, just because like
just from staying active.
Yeah, or not even active.
It looks you're looking active.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
because when people are like following the wrestling people, you'll pop up and they're like, "Oh, this guy has like this many followers. Like he must be interesting." And then, I mean, half of them are probably fucking Russian bots or crypto bots.
That's okay.
Hey, bots like wrestling.
Yeah,
don't discriminate.
I'm not fucking speciesist.
No,
not xenophobic.
No, I'm about my numbers, baby.
I'll fuck a robot.
Oh,
I would love to say I would fuck a robot, but I'm terrified.
Would you fuck a sex robot that was built to be a kid?
No.
What kind of shit?
Yeah, no.
I heard a podcast recently that said this is a moral dilemma. Like, if we could,
I mean,
if we could have the pet, like, are you morally against having sex robots that look like children if pedophiles can fuck them?
Hey, people are laughing
so
on
that
Twitter,
they would stop trying to stop trying to fuck actual little kids.
Yeah, like
I say I'm okay with it as long as if you buy a kid fuck robot,
you don't fuck real
you go
kids.
you go on the registry.
Oh well, yeah.
Like if you buy
whoa, there we go.
If you buy a kid fuck robot, then you have to go on a registry.
Yeah, I mean that's still creepy as fuck.
I think, well, of course, it's creepy as fuck.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you though.
But this is a real moral dilemma that we're going to be facing as a culture.
Face is
like as sex robots become a real thing. Like this is something that we're going to be facing.
Yeah, I watched Blade Runner 2049 last night,
and there were no kid sex robots.
That's fake. That's a long ass movie.
It was my favorite movie of that year. I watched it again last night while I was working.
It's beautiful,
and I loved it. And
sound check, everybody.
AI girlfriend.
I gotta go jerk off
is one of the best characters, and she's an AI. You know.
Yeah.
I feel so bad putting it mega hot.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen that.
If I was not married, and their technology was there, I can't say that I would not have that super hot AI girlfriend.
Man, damn that. That's what I say.
I've watched too much like Terminator and shit. Like I'm not trying to get my dick ripped off by a robot.
Well, she's a hologram.
Why you fuck a hologram?
You don't.
Well then.
It's a meaningful relationship.
Well, Well,
without the sex, Murray.
Well, that's all my relationships.
I was about to say
that's the same I got with you guys. I might as well just hang out with you motherfuckers all day. I don't need a hologram to not fuck you. Come on. I'm just saying. I mean, we're friends.
You're right.
We can have deep conversations, and you guys, and then we'll be like, all right, I'm going home.
You're right.
That's true, but I'm not going to watch you jerk off in the hologram way.
Well, I don't think I want a hologram. I don't want Tupac looking at me from the Coachella
she doesn't look
stage.
like Tupac.
Yeah, Tupac's watching me from the stage at Coachella jerk off. Like I'm not into it.
Man, why didn't you program me with eyelids?
Yeah.
This one just would sound quick as fuck.
WrestleMania, baby.
Okay. Oh, yes. And so, for the record, tonight, I'm on every match for WrestleMania main card. I'm going to say something nice about it.
Oh, shit.
You
guys heard it.
No, I'm going to put it out there right now.
You guys heard it.
I know you don't.
What the heck have I walked into? Two Mark Crew on Twitter is confused.
Do you
Right
want the audio hookup for any of them?
If you've got one available, I'll do it on Facebook here.
You thought we were going to talk WrestleMania, and we're just talking sex robots.
We need a whole nother podcast. Just us talking about bullshit.
Kid sex robots.
Let's be clear.
Surprise.
I don't think I can last an hour with a kid sex
It's
robot.
the
Oh, man, come on, really?
This one?
the whole
Seriously? Come on, man.
I'm not dealing with technical
I was
things
trying to
at
talk
the
about an actual moral dilemma
No,
that
you
we're
really
going to be
weren't.
facing. No, yes, I think that we are.
Well, that's
If sex robots are going to be legal, then there's going to be kid sex robots.
Dude, that is the most triflingest shit I think I've ever
But that's
heard.
basically the dude who created Edward Scissorhands, just like making his own doll, like that. I don't think they're gonna mass produce.
I mean, Vincent
sex
Price.
kid
I've
robots.
seen Edward Scissorhands. Vincent Price.
That's a creepy
his-
motherfucker.
His character probably had another
But then why did he use
8-year-old
scissors
impact.
for his hands if he was gonna,
Yeah,
Well, he ran out of hands. Don't you remember? He died.
I saw he cut him up.
This is going
Accidentally.
downhill.
I know the movie,
Yes.
bud.
Okay.
Okay, see, but Murray was looking at him like, I will come over there. Fuck you up.
Don't talk about.
Murray, the-
Oh my god.
Talk about Johnny Depp.
Oh man.
Guess
All
they
right.
all look like you.
Marilyn
on Bell.
Manson's guitar
Oh,
player.
well, no, they don't all look like me. I can tell you guys apart.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do
That is
this.
whoever gonna be.
Tonight on the Band from Ringside podcast, our NXT TakeOver New York predictions and our WrestleMania 35 predictions. And that's it, everybody. Tonight on the Band from Ringside podcast.
That's it.
That's it, man. That's it.
We can do this for a whole hour.
Dick's at 9 to 5. It's time to feel alive. Hello, Marks, and welcome to the Band from Ringside podcast. I am your host, Bill Vagey, in honor of Cardinals opening day, a.k.a. Andy Hanslike, a.k.a. Job Gibson, a.k.a. Job Worrell, a.k.a. Smark Mulder, a.k.a. Smark McGuire, a.k.a. Job Forsh, and a.k.a. Enos Sergeant Slaughter.
Yes! Nice,
And
nice.
to my right, as always, we have Two Beer. Zach Bowman. What's going on, Two Beer?
I'm very excited to talk about WrestleMania and socialism and sex robots tonight.
Lots of sex robots.
That's an
talk tonight.
exclusive
And
for
to
you,
his
like,
right,
wow.
we have Jason Cornelius Bell. What's going on, JCB?
Allow us to bow our heads for the latest edition of the Band from Ringside podcast, volume 101, chapter 3, verse 14 of the Good Smart saith, hashtag Boo the Heels. It is all good, baby.
I did 100 episodes with you guys already, and I don't have health care.
Shout out to my
Me and Sam,
girlfriend,
dude.
boy. Yeah, right. I was going to say the smart ones do. The other ones were just independent contractors.
Free
But
agent.
just, we're ready to do this thing. Let's get it growing.
And to his right, we have Murray, the Murray Man. Murray, what's going on, Murray?
I'm doing great. I'm exhausted from moving into my new place, but yeah, I'm trying to catch up on this week. Unfortunately, it being the go home week of.
Well, how was the Glory Pro show on Sunday?
Yeah,
that
there you
was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Crowd was amazing. All of the performers and the talent there is as always amazing. Lucha Brothers killed it. They were extremely, extremely nice. Yeah, it was a packed house, and I had a great time. We got a lot of new subscribers.
It's a
made
fun
some friends.
spot there.
Yeah, it was fun. Also, even just as exciting as Glory Pro was, we're live on social media right now.
Where we at?
BFR Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Banned from Ringside Podcast on Facebook. Friends of BFR on Facebook. And also Banned from Ringside on YouTube.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure there's a WrestleMania weekend pro wrestling tee sale going on too.
Oh, there is.
So if you want to get your 20% off site wide, you can get your BFR merch there.
I know that I'm biased, but our shirts are pretty sweet. So
they are.
You can even order them in that super sleek soft.
Yeah, go to ProWrestlingTees.com and get yourself some BFR merch. We don't really make any money off of it. Go ahead and get it. It's fun to wear around. We appreciate you guys. We're out there strong, the BFR Army. We love it. Call yourselves the Beefers. That's what I call us. Like, we're the Beefers.
No, that's
we are coming at you from the exquisite Shock City Studios in rainy St. Louis, Missouri tonight. We got Sam the Mauler Mall turning the knobs.
Mr. Perfect's in the house.
We have a bunch of stuff to get to tonight. Basically, WrestleMania, NXT TakeOver. We're also going to try to talk some G1 Supercard at Madison Square Garden. Before we get too far into it, we're going to talk about the day one-ish sponsor, Soul Taco. That is the best Korean Mexican fusion food that you have never known that you needed. It is perfect, guys. Once you go there, you'll realize what we're talking about. They have places. They have 2 food trucks driving around St. Louis, Missouri. They have a spot in Chesterfield, Missouri, a spot in University City, Missouri on the Del Mar Loop, Chicago, Illinois, Champaign, Illinois, Columbia, Missouri. They got another spot opening up in Chicago, Illinois. And guys, go get yourself some Soul Taco. That's SEOUL Taco, Korean Mexican fusion food, tacos, burritos, quesadillas. It's the best shit that you can imagine. Also, JJ Twigs on Southampton. That's the place where I always go. We hit us up on social media.
Do they have tables that aren't just for one?
Actually, they do. It's all the tables that I look around at the restaurant. I'm like, man, I think those people want to hang out with me.
I have no sympathy.
I've had a couple beers now. Maybe I should just go hang out with them.
Yeah, fuck that.
And before, we also have Schlafly, and we're going to be talking to you about F&B Eatery a little bit later on. But we have one thing to talk about before our predictions, so let's get to our one count. I told you, Sam. I know. I told you. Don't even worry about it. Okay, so,
Too late. He's still professional. I like that,
so
Sam.
this is the one thing that happened outside of the ring this week that people kept getting a hold of me about, which was the John Oliver segment on Last Week Tonight on HBO, which is a very popular show. I don't watch it every week, but I DVR it every week. And this week they did. He always does 20 minutes on one big segment, and this week it was about WWE, and he decided to do it about WWE because WrestleMania is this week, and it was talking about how WWE provides no health benefits to their talent, and B, treat their independent contractors as though they are not independent contractors. What do you think about it, Zach?
I mean, it didn't tell us types anything that we didn't already know.
When you say types, you mean
smarts.
Yeah.
And at the same time, he reaches a pretty big audience. He was a correspondent on The Daily Show for Colbert and Jon Stewart.
Well, fuck, he's on HBO.
And HBO now.
He follows Pete.
Yeah. That's a legit. He's got a great time slot. So what I'm hoping with this is that we can introduce this conversation to a larger audience. The unfortunate thing is, one thing I liked was that he came at it from the sense of a fan. He didn't denigrate the quote-unquote sport. He constantly said wrestling is better than everything that you like, which was cool. He did use a lot of older examples because things have gotten a little bit better recently, but there's still room for improvement. So all the people that I see on Twitter that are like, "Where's the last wrestler death?" That was contracted with WWE. It's like, well, yeah, things are a little bit better.
That's
is there not room for improvement?
That's not really the point. I thought it was, as involved in the wrestling community as I am, I thought it was kind of bullshit that he brought up that he used clips of Bret Hart '97 running down Vince, because it's like, man, that's a long time ago. And also, they used examples of CM Punk talking about his concussion in 2011, and that's 8 years ago, which you have to imagine has gotten better since then. At the same time, calling them independent contractors, but signing them to exclusive contracts and not letting them go work for anybody else. I mean, shit, it was a big deal a couple months ago when Undertaker decided to go to, where Undertaker decided he was going to be at StarCast.
Exactly.
And we were like, wait, what the fuck? Why would he be there?
Money?
Right. Can't he make money? Shouldn't Kurt Hawkins, if just as an example, shouldn't Kurt Hawkins be allowed to go to Dynamo Pro and make some money? Because honestly, Kurt Hawkins might make more money working a Dynamo Pro show than he might working a WrestleMania Battle Royal.
Those guys have to travel on the road, pay for their own stuff, pay for their own hotels, cars, flights, and everything. A lot of these independent stars, like Kurt Hawkins would be a star in the independent scene. Like, there's places that would fly him out and pick him up at the airport and take him out to dinner. Yeah, exactly.
Right, yeah.
It'd be really funny if Kurt Hawkins just went everywhere and lost.
Oh, dude,
what a great gimmick.
No, that would be his gimmick. I'll just say this. I get what Zach is saying. I agree with what Zach is saying. There have been improvements. We don't do chair shot to the head anymore. You don't blade anymore. So, I mean, to a certain degree, we're taking steps towards the right direction. Is it going to be perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. Vince doesn't want to go out and try to give these guys health care in that sense, because it's going to cost him money.
Which is crazy, because they're the most profitable they've ever been.
Right.
If they weren't making hundreds of millions of dollars in profit a year, I wouldn't be so vehement about it, but they're just trying to get
take all the money. He could take a quarter of the money that he made at Blood Money in the Sand in Saudi Arabia, give it to his guys for healthcare, and everything be fine.
And then
he'd still be a billionaire.
Then people would feel better about Saudi Arabia, because they'd be like, hey, I'm doing this for my guys.
So, at least it's something for, for the blood money, like Bill said.
I mean, aren't these men and women, though, signing these contracts knowing they're not going to have these things?
Yeah, and there's the flip side.
And not only that, but they have progressively within the last 2 or 3 years, they're ripping people out of the ring if they even have a glimpse of
things have gotten better.
There was an NXT. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
There was an NXT pay-per-view. I mean, not that long ago, probably 3 years ago. That was Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe, where Finn got busted open, and it ruined the main event. But they ruined the main event in the
when Joe got
to care.
Bloody, right?
Was Finn got bloody. Either way, but the main event was essentially ruined because they were trying to take care of these guys and they were trying to be safe.
Yeah, Joe got busted open.
That's
and Joe wanted to keep going.
Upset.
Yeah, Joe wanted to keep going.
Joe was pissed off. There were two things that I had never seen before that were part of that piece, and then we can move on to our predictions. The first one being Roddy Piper saying that there's you can always get into wrestling, but there is no exit strategy for wrestling, and that was pretty poignant. And he goes, let's be honest, guys. And this was back in 2003 with Real Sports with Brian Gumbel. He goes, let's be honest. He's like, I'm not going to make the 65. And he didn't. He died at 61 or 62 or something like that. The other one being that I've never seen before is when Vince said the N-word.
You've never seen that?
I've never seen that
dude,
before.
Yeah, that's classic.
That's
classic.
I thought you were going to talk about the interview that he had where they asked him about...
With Armitayan?
Yeah.
He grabbed the papers?
Whenever...
I'd seen that.
He was like, what do you think about all these... Do you feel any sense of responsibility for all these wrestler deaths? He's like, I think you need to ask yourself the same question.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're a fucking psychopath. Like,
I think you just pushed the button.
No, I do not.
You've never seen the N-word thing?
I've never seen it where Vince said the N-word and Booker T looks at him like,
Yeah, I was going to say the irony about that whole thing with Booker T saying it about...
I mean, it was
back in the day, too.
The thing is, he said the John Cena, so it had to be like 05.
It was early 2000s.
It was John Cena with the big, not the clock,
the
like a lock.
The master lock.
Whatever.
It was not a good idea back then, and it's a worse idea now. It does not.
I'm sorry, I can watch that on a loop and just giggle. It makes me open.
I was watching it. I work at home and I was eating lunch and I was watching the thing and my wife was sitting next to me and she was kind of doing some work. And Vince said it, and she looked at me and she goes, "That's awful." I go, yeah. I go, it's also amazing that it ever happened, right? Like not.
How dare you, Vince?
It's not good that it happened, but it's amazing that it happened. It's crazy. Anyway, we can move on.
Baby.
Well, let's move on to our WrestleMania predictions.
Strike up the band,
Sam. Drop that beat. Now this sounds good to me, guys. That's a nice little beat.
Let's see. Who did this? Did he?
My ankle hurts from tapping my foot.
All right. So what we're gonna do for our WrestleMania predictions, Sam, you're in on this.
Sorry.
And
Sorry, not
we're gonna start with the big matches this time. We usually save the big matches for last, and then we always have to cram them in. But this time we're gonna cram in the shitty ones last. So let's start off with the main event, which is Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Are we doing WrestleMania or are we doing TakeOver?
We're gonna do them both.
Okay.
We got 20 matches to get through.
Go ahead. Do you think?
I'm gonna bounce all around. I'm gonna bounce all around.
Quarterback
Right?
this shit.
We got Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch in the first women's main event WrestleMania match of all time. It's going to headline WrestleMania. It's going to go on last. So, Sam, who do you think is going to win? Well, tell me who you think the least likely to win, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, to the most.
I think least Charlotte, then Ronda, then Becky.
All right.
They gotta have a reason for Ronda Rousey to keep coming back. That's my reason.
It's almost like he watches.
I think he does watch. Jason,
Or
what do
he
you got?
listens to us by osmosis. So before I start this, I'm going to just say that every match on the main roster, I'm going to say something nice about because apparently this is WrestleMania season, so I have to be nice for the last part of WrestleMania season. So for this match, this is a match long overdue. I'm excited to see this match, and I agree with Sam totally in that order. We're going Charlotte least likely, Ronda mid likely, Becky Lynch, the new unified women's
Not unified. Not unified. They're not unifying the belts. She's going to hold them both.
Undisputed champion. How about that?
All right, that's fine. Two beers up. What do you got?
I have the exact same thing. I know that makes for a really tantalizing pod. But,
I was going to say, nobody's seen my picks coming in. I sent to the bill beforehand, so there's no real conspiracy theory.
I did like all the scissoring in the back of the cop car.
Yeah, that was
this
awesome.
week.
That segment was pretty cool.
Yeah, that segment was really cool. As
Stop
far as a go home
Can we
show,
talk about the segment for a while? We're not in a big hurry.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought it was great.
This is why we're starting with the big ones first. Can we talk about that segment? The segment was over the top and dumb and a whole lot of fun.
Exactly.
That's because the fake cops were awful again.
The fake cops
How is
were
Ronda driving a car and she's handcuffed? Come on, man. Stop.
You're thinking too
You've never
hard.
done that? You've never done that?
Oh, trust me, if I could, I would have.
I like how they
Also
did
attempted vehicular manslaughter and was out. And
You never had a cousin do that?
Trust me, if he could, he would do that too. Save me the phone call, go pick his ass up.
Listen, it was dumb. It was fun. But the thing that it made it really seem like was that these women really wanted to fight each other.
That's fine. We get it. And like I said on Twitter, if you weren't invested already, this wasn't going to get you invested.
Murray, what you got?
There was a lot of front kicks going on. That like knee extension kick, they were doing that a lot. At the end.
I wonder why.
I'm gonna go Ronda, Charlotte, Becky.
That's exactly what I'm going to do also. I think Ronda is not retaining no matter what. I would think that there would be more of a chance of Charlotte taking it just because she's a Flair and because she, as I've said several times on this podcast, that I think she's the greatest woman wrestler that we've ever seen. I'm going to go Charlotte second, but if this is how we're ending WrestleMania makes the most sense with Becky holding up both belts to end it. Moving on to the second biggest match of the night, we have Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese in the 205 Live Championship. What do you got, Murray, man?
I'm gonna go with Nese because I feel like Murphy may be doing something else eventually.
Like he's going to be popping up?
Possibly.
All right. What do you got, Sam? Tony Nese versus Buddy Murphy.
Are you sure those are wrestlers? I've never heard of them.
They're both
Oh,
wrestlers.
we've said these names before.
Yeah,
We've said one of them before.
Well, yeah, multiple times. Tony Nese is the guy you probably never heard of.
All right. Then I'm going to go with him as losing.
Okay,
And I'm
so
going to
you're
go with
taking.
Eddie Murphy as winning.
Here we go.
To Mark Crew just said hashtag give Sam a show.
He's got
It
several.
would be
Shit.
funny if Buddy Murphy's theme, Buddy Murphy's entrance song was the "Coming to America" song.
Oh, say, can you see?
I'm taking Buddy Murphy. Who you got, Two-Bear?
Oh, Buddy Murphy,
Man, now I want to watch that shit.
Who you got?
Yeah, I got to take Buddy Murphy here. It just makes sense. I would like to see Tony Nese win, though.
All right, let's talk about this one, and I will talk about this one. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the WWE Universal Championship. I've heard a lot of people down on this match. I am not down on this match. This is,
I'm excited for it.
I guess, count me in as one of the guys who's still excited about Brock Lesnar matches just because they can be booked so uniquely, I guess. I still think back to that one SummerSlam match with Brock Lesnar versus John Cena where he just suplexed him 20 times or whatever and then pinned the fuck out of him. Like, they can be pinned anyway, or they can be booked anyway. Like, he also got squashed by Goldberg. Like,
that was good.
He seems to exist.
Because it shocked everybody.
And that's what I mean. I hated that match for a year and a half as a kid on Nitro, but I loved it when it happened.
But he seems to exist outside of normal WWE booking. Like, they can book it any way they want to, which is why Brock Lesnar matches. And also, I like him throwing motherfuckers around. And also, as evidenced by matches with Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles and Finn Balor, the thing is, when Brock Lesnar is motivated to sell, he will sell.
He's really good. I'll tell you what. This is going to surprise you. I want Brock Lesnar to retain this title, and I'm picking him.
Okay, you jumped it on me, but I'm taking Brock Lesnar.
I only did because you pointed out, you're like, you think that I hate Brock Lesnar when I really just hated the booking of the Universal title. I'm so far beyond the Universal title now. I want him to keep it, and fuck it.
I think that he retains.
Yeah.
Jason Cornelius Bell.
I'm stunned. I don't know what to say. Let me go back to Buddy Murphy and Tony Nese. I wanted to say something nice about them. This might steal the show. It might be the kickoff portion, but it might steal the kickoff portion of the show. Now to Brock and Seth. Interesting, and just because of the dichotomy of big guy and little guy, and it's not even little guy because Seth
is that much smaller than
I was going to say he's tall.
They're the same height.
Yeah. Basically, I can't see this being Seth. If you'd asked me a month ago, I would have said Seth Rollins. Now, seeing what happened, I saw on Raw, I'm going to say Brock Lesnar retains.
Oh, the way you were looking at me, I thought that was crazy.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm just surprised that you're like, I want Brock Lesnar to keep this belt. I'm like, what?
Thing is, I agree. I actually love Brock Lesnar, and it's the whole we complain about it a lot, myself included, but him being gone as long as he is, when we do get his matches, like you said, they kind of book him correctly. They're great. The last however many pay-per-views, 4 or 5 pay-per-views he's had matches in, they've been great matches.
He's not overexposed.
Right.
Like everyone else on the roster.
That's Brock Lesnar now.
He's a special attraction.
But I am going to go with Seth Rollins over this one.
All right. What do you say, Engineer Sam? Brock Lesnar or Seth Rollins?
I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar.
All right. Everybody's going Brock Lesnar except for Murray, man. That surprises me a little bit. Now we get to the battle of the old guys. We got Triple H versus Batista. What do you say, Murray, man? You're going first.
Man, so I got a question first before I answer this.
Please.
The career thing. Does this mean that
There's only one guy's career is on the line?
Right, but is this Triple H's wrestling career or his career in wrestling?
In-ring career.
Oh, well then Triple H is gonna win because Batista's got to go. But unfortunately, I want Batista to win because I fucking love Batista, and I think he would.
That promo that Batista cut the other night was the best babyface promo he's ever cut.
So I'm gonna go with Triple H.
And he only said 3 words.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Triple H, but I think Batista.
And that WrestleMania crowd is going to be pro Batista.
Oh,
No doubt.
just like me.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
absolutely.
What do you say, JCB?
Something nice to say about this. This should be a nice nostalgic walk for those who like throwback matches. I'll take Triple H.
It wasn't even nice. That was factual.
Yeah. Sam, you're up after Zach. What do you say, Zach?
I got Triple H also. I love the build up to this, and I'm actually invested. This is one of the 20% of matches that I'm interested in on the card. So
Oddly enough, I am too, and I'm not exactly sure why, but I do want to see this match.
hey, 20% is still a lot of matches on this card.
It's three. It's three. There's 15 matches. Leave him hanging. Don't give him.
No, you give me one.
What do you got, Sam? Triple H or Batista? Batista is the guy that's in Guardians of the Galaxy. Triple H is the guy. Never mind.
What movie is he in?
The
Blade
chaperone
3. He was the guy in Blade 3.
That's right. He was in Blade 3.
with the little dog.
I'm gonna go with Triple H just because, I mean, he was obviously better every time I played with him. He was one of the superior characters, and he kicked ass.
Man, all you guys went Triple H, and I'm going Triple H also. I can't change it just because you guys went. That wouldn't be fair. The only reason that I would say anything else, well, the only reason I think that Ric Flair is going to have something to do with this match.
I didn't even think about that, but I agree.
Like, Batista can't win because Batista beat up a 70-year-old man
On his birthday.
on his birthday.
But can we agree? Can we at least agree upon this? Batista should be the face in this
Absolutely.
feud.
He should.
and he wants to
Except
be
for
the
beating
heel.
up Triple.
No,
Except for
but
beating up Ric
he
Flair.
wanted to
He
come
was
back to
proving
be
a
the
point.
heel, so they switched it. But in kayfabe style, he should be coming back as the face because they made fun of him when he went to go off to do Guardians of the Galaxy, said it was going to be a flop, and now that he's just turned out two of the biggest Marvel Universe movies that they've ever had, I think he should be coming back as the
he
face.
really churned him out. Like
He's
I
a
don't
part
know.
of it.
He was a
He's
huge
a part of it,
character.
whether you like it or not.
Kind of in it, right?
He was the
he
star
was
of
great.
the second movie.
Yeah,
was.
whether you like it or not,
Absolutely.
he is a part of it.
I
And
cried.
I like
I cried
it
when he
just
died.
fine, except for it's a Marvel movie and they bore the fuck out.
Okay, see, here you go. Don't
Get
put it
out!
over this table.
I didn't know we were going to talk about this. We can reserve the time. We're going to talk about sex robots for Marvel movies now.
Let's go back to sex
All right.
robots.
Robots on a pole match.
Everybody's like, sex robots? What are you talking?
Just
Hey,
you gotta.
wondering
It was
about
on
the
the
sex
pre-show,
robot
guys.
talk.
This is why you
It
gotta
was on the
tune in
pre-show,
live.
guys.
You gotta tune in live.
Yep, got to be live.
Dana Bryan versus Kofi Kingston, Jason Bell. I'm so interested to hear what you have to say about Dana Bryan versus Kofi Kingston.
Nice.
Something
Instead of
nice.
you
No,
being
something
Why
nice
aren't
to
you
say.
interested in what Jason
Something
Bell
nice
is?
to
Well,
say.
because
This
a month
is a
ago,
historic match.
a month ago, I said, even if Kofi Kingston wins, will you be happy? And he said,
yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be a historic match, one way or the other. I'm excited to see this match because it has a lot of intrigue. That being said, I'm going to go against what I've said up to this point because this is for a chop. This is not about being smart. This is about not getting my ass handed to me. I'm taking Kofi Kingston.
I'm not even sure. Okay, all right. What do you got? 2 beers at?
I got Kofi, man.
Murray.
Kofi Kingston.
They better do SOS after he wins.
I could see Kofi Kingston losing and then winning the next night on Raw, except they're not on Raw, they're on SmackDown. I don't think they'd save it for SmackDown because usually
Why
the
not?
crowd is too worn out by the time they get to WrestleMania SmackDown. So I'm taking Kofi Kingston in the opener. Can I get extra points if I say it's the opener? Because I think they're going to open up the show with Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan because it's going to be such a feel-good moment. I'm taking Kofi Kingston.
I'll let the panel decide if he can get it.
No, I don't want an extra point. I'm just saying it's going to
I
be.
think
I'm just taking an extra
I
point.
think that's a good guess.
I'm just going to add myself one because you guys ain't keeping track.
Yeah, I was going to say, you ain't
no,
keeping
no,
track
no.
either.
What do you got, Sam?
I was gonna go with Kofi Kingston too, so I'm not gonna change it because you all said it.
Yeah, you shouldn't. we're getting into the shitty matches. We're gonna have the women's tag team match, which is Bailey and Sasha Banks. I'm not gonna say
it.
I'm not gonna
Boss
say the
and
name.
Hug Connection.
Not gonna say it.
Say it.
Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus the Iconics versus Nia Jax and Tamina. Give Sam the mic. Sam's going to have a hard time with this one because there's 4 different ones. Okay, there's Bailey and Sasha Banks.
Boss and Hug Connection.
Not going to say that either.
Yeah. Beth Phoenix and Natty.
Say that again?
Beth Phoenix and Natty.
Terrible.
Well, I know. The Iconics with 2 eyes at the beginning. Also terrible.
Stop. Don't influence
and
him.
Last place.
Nia Jax and Tamina. So you got to give me in the order from least to most, please.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
He's got it.
In the least, I'm going to go Natty and Phoenix.
Yeah. Good.
The next least, I'll go the third one that you said.
That's the Iconic.
Yeah. Ooh, that's like a band that you'll definitely never go see.
It's like the first band. It's like the first band on the four band show at the Firebird.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yes.
I've been that band,
Yeah, I
guys.
was ready to say.
I can say it.
Anybody that's local will really get that joke.
I was in a band called the Iconics.
That's the band that has to say, "We're the Iconics with 2 eyes," and then it's some like bad idea.
We got free downloads with our shirts.
Hey.
Business card. There's a hyperlink, and then you
too
type it in, and then you can never use it.
All right, you got 2 more. Nia Jax and Tamina, Bailey and Sasha Banks.
I'm gonna say Bailey and Sasha Banks, and then I'll have Nia Jax and Tamina win.
All right, that's not bad. What do you got?
I'm just going to do this because I don't know if it's as accurate as I want it to be, but the lowest on the totem pole,
Yep.
Nia and Tamina. I know that's wrong. I know it's wrong, but I have to. Second up is going to be Beth Phoenix and Natty. Unfortunately, I want Beth Phoenix to win the titles on her own and just walk around with 2 tag titles forever, which is amazing. Iconics, and then I think they're going to Boss and Hug are gonna they're gonna retain the titles.
All right,
The Boss and Hug connection.
I'm going least likely to win is the Iconics. Second most is I'm going Beth Phoenix and Natty. The most second most I'm going Nia Jax and Tamina, and then I'm going Sasha Banks and Bailey. So I'm taking Sasha Banks and Bailey. I think they're going to retain. I'm not going to call them that.
That's fine.
What are they called again?
Boss and Hug connection.
Not going to call it.
Okay.
Actually,
The Boston Hug Connection?
hey, we're gonna bleep it out and make you say it.
I'm not going to say it.
You're going to say it.
I haven't said it yet in my life.
We're gonna edit what you just said.
No, I really haven't.
You're going to say
He says it in the shower.
Go back to the tapes.
it. Yeah, I was about to say, dig up the archives, all 100.
What do you got, JCB?
Something nice to say.
I love this, by the way.
Beth Phoenix is back. She looked good on Raw.
Oh, yeah.
She should have a good, solid portion of this match. Maybe run down Nia Jax in a big spot. That said, we're going to go with. If I make sure I said, did I do that right? Yeah. I'm going to do Nia and Beth as least likely. Beth, unfortunately, just not going to be around long enough. They're the least likely to win. Just not going to be around long enough. At least Beth Phoenix. Natty is just Natty, unfortunately. Next would be she should have more.
Cool.
Well, no, she should have more. She should have more accolades, but just she's a nice hand, and good hands don't always get the big accolades. Yeah, right. Nia Jax and Tamina would be next. I will go then the Iconics because this is WrestleMania and wonky shit tends to happen.
They're over.
But retaining, I'm going to take the Boss and Hug connection, Sasha and Bailey.
Actually, I have the exact same thing. I
I'm sorry.
I had the Iconics at number 2 for that same reason, and I wanted to say the same thing about Beth Phoenix. She looked the best in that entire match. Bailey and Sasha are 2 of the best. women workers in the world right now. But Beth Phoenix looked great on Monday. She looked good.
All right, we're going to get through the rest of the WrestleMania thing, and then we're going to take a break. Oh, my God, there's so many matches. Holy shit.
Yeah.
How long we got to go?
Whatever.
Lots of matches. Kurt Angle versus Baron Corbin.
Give me Kurt.
Give me Kurt!
Give me Kurt in
I'm taking Baron Corbin.
in less than a minute.
I'm taking Baron Corbin. Who you got, Sam? Kurt Angle, Baron Corbin. Kurt Angle.
Gang signs. Whoa,
Right.
bud.
Who you got, JCB?
Something nice. I like the Kurt Angle tribute video on Monday.
I don't
I'm not
think you
going to
saw that
say
coming,
that anybody cried, but there might have been a tear shed. I will stick to what my fundamental core beliefs are about wrestling, is that in a scenario like this, the guy that's going out needs to put the next guy over. I will take Baron Corbin.
Hell yeah. What you got, Maina?
Baron Corbin's going over. Unfortunately. Well, not
That
unfortunately.
surprises me. A couple big matches left. Shane versus Miz. Who do you have, Sam? Give me a 1 for Shane. Give me a 2 for Miz. He's taking Shane. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match, which means that Shane is going to do some crazy shit. What do you got, Zach?
Give me Miz.
What do you got, JCB?
Something good to say. Shane is going to
I love
bring
this
his good WrestleMania game. It should be something, hopefully, that we haven't seen before. That being said, as much as I love The Miz and I have a huge mark for The Miz, not all the faces are going to win because they just can't win. Falls Count Anywhere feels to me like there is going to be some fuckery going on. Maybe Lars Sullivan, something along those lines. I'm taking Shane McMahon.
All right. So I was thinking about taking Shane, and every time that Miz every promo that Miz has cut, he's talked about Vince. Like he said the other day that Shane is Vince's son, so Shane is the son of a bitch, which I thought was pretty cold. Let's see now. I can't see Vince getting involved in this feud though, because I can't see
We don't need it.
like somebody said to me, or like I saw the other day on Twitter, I can't see that Vince would ever be in the same room as Mrs. Dad, because it's like he's like the bourgeoisie with the proletariat, you know. It's like, why would you ever deal with Mrs. Hoosier as dad with the mullet and everything?
Oh, potato face himself.
I'm taking the Miz. What do you got, Murray?
Damn.
Shane and Miz.
I want
I didn't mean to.
Miz's dad to like interfere and like cause Miz to lose because his dad sucks, but Miz is gonna win.
I didn't mean to say Mr. Potato Face.
Jason.
Mr. Potato Face, I'll say it for you.
Thank you.
Jason, why don't you tell us about F&B Eatery?
F&B Eatery on the corner of 3453 Southampton, part of our Southampton mafia of sponsorships. Check my boy Mike out on this scenario of independent contractors. This is a true independent contractor. He owns this restaurant. He has put his time, his money, his blood, sweat, and tears, all that good stuff into this project. So in turn, I will ask of you to reward this man and go check my man out. 3453 Southampton, F&B Eatery. Tell him that Bam from Ringside sent you.
Tell them the band from Ringside sent you. Guys, we have some more predictions to get to, but now we're going to break it down.
Oh shit!
Now it's getting serious.
I'm gonna wrap
you know
my
what?
predictions.
We're going to
wrap the prediction. Oh, you're going to wrap it.
we're going to get all our predictions in, but now we're going to go to our takeover predictions. We'll come back to our WrestleMania predictions. We're going to switch it up a little bit.
You
We
are
got-
all over the place. There is no rivalry.
I'm just trying to keep it lively for the listener.
Hey, pass
You know what
this
I mean?
ball around.
Yeah,
Distribute the rock.
Nobody cares about the rest of the WrestleMania matches.
Stop.
War
I don't
Raiders.
care.
War
Stop
Raiders
Maybe the
versus
people in the match.
War Raiders versus Aleister Black and Ricochet at the NXT Takeover. And NXT Takeover is actually the event of the weekend.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the G1's got the best one.
Got the best card of the weekend, and it's probably the best card that NXT has
And
ever had. And
everything's for a belt. Everything's for a belt. Also.
Yeah.
Damn,
It's-
no love for the G1.
It's so
No, G1's gonna be fucking.
Oh, it's going to
great.
be really good. It's going to be the second.
We're
best
just
card.
going to just give it to Takeover as usual.
Oh, as usual, yeah.
Murray.
Until they prove me wrong.
You got the War Raiders versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. Who you got?
takeovers are so hard for predictions because I don't care usually who wins or loses because I know I'm in for a good show.
Man,
You're such a mark for Takeover.
Oh
I know the
man,
feeling.
I am so bad.
it's the best show.
I'm gonna
It's the
say-
best show.
Yeah.
It's the
Man.
best show.
Oh man.
It's not even close.
It's the white people of shows.
Oh,
Whoa,
Can I get to my
whoa,
prediction? Jesus
Hey,
What you trying
Hey,
to
guys.
say?
That's
What
the
you-
joke.
What you trying to say?
Wow.
we ain't entertaining. We ain't entertaining.
Oh, man.
See? Okay, so I can. Never mind. I'm gonna be nice.
All
I'm
right.
gonna still be nice.
So I think they've been I'm trying. I think they've been riding this Aleister Ricochet thing
I
super
was kind of assumed that Murray was Cuban.
cute human being.
Cuban beef. Cuban beef.
All right.
being.
War Raiders versus
Fuck you,
Aleister Black.
fuck you, fuck you, you're cool.
We're not made of time here, guys.
They've been pushing Aleister and Ricochet on the main rosters with this tag team thing, so I want to say they're going to put it on them. But I can't say they're going to take it from the Raiders either. I'm going to go with the War Raiders because I think there's bigger plans for
Sam, you got
Aleister.
the War Raiders, Aleister Black, and Ricochet. You could say one or two. One for War Raiders. He's going AB and Aleister Black, or AB and Ricochet.
Rick.
I call him Rick.
AB and Rick.
I'm going to go with the War Raiders. You got JCB.
I'm going War Raiders retain.
AB Ricky.
War Raiders, baby. They fucking squashed on.
I will say this. I will say this though. Our Aleister Black and Ricochet, within 7 days, will have had a tag team championship match at Raw, SmackDown, and NXT.
They're the future.
I can't see them losing them all.
They're the future.
No.
No, I can't.
I got them at WrestleMania.
Pete Dunne versus Walter. Pete Dunne has held the UK NXT Championship for 685 days. Is that right? 685
Sounds
days?
right to me.
So, what do you got?
I got Walter, man. It's time. If anybody's going to take it away from Pete Dunne, it's got to be Walter, and it's going to be now. That guy, fuck, he's the guy.
JCB, who you got?
My head tells me Walter. My heart tells me Dunn. For chop purposes, I'm taking Walter, but I would love to see this somehow get spilled over into
You're not taking
takeover.
That was a nice double entendre, though. For chop purposes, I'm taking Walter.
But I would like to see this be in front of a UK crowd because the UK crowd will go absolutely bonkers over this. Not saying that New York won't, but the British crowd would just go bonkers.
So you got Walter or Dunn?
I'm gonna go with Walter.
Versus Walter in the UK, which just happened. It was amazing.
I agree with Jason, though. I agree that it would be real hot in the UK crowd. But I think Walter's going to get
Who
this.
you got, Walter or Pete Dunne? His name is Walter. He has no last name. You're taking Walter?
He threw up West Side, fool.
That sucks. I hate his name.
It's such a dumb name.
That's my maternal
His last name
grandfather's
is Han.
name.
Just have him be Walter Han. Why does it just gotta be Walter?
Well, let me fucking Cody.
I know. I have two
Cody!
friends with dogs named Walter.
That's
All right.
more of an indictment on you.
We got Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle for the North American belt. I'm going to go first. I'm taking Dream. Oh, man. Who you got, Murray?
God damn it. Again, I would love to see either one of them win. I'm going to go with fucking Velveteen Dream, my boy.
Two beer.
I am a big Bro fan. I think that Dream is the guy to hand him his first loss, though. I don't see him doing the undefeated thing. I think that it doesn't hurt him to lose.
Yeah.
Especially doesn't hurt him to lose.
That's what I think.
I agree.
What do you got, JC?
Yeah,
Also,
just
don't Google his dick, bro.
Okay.
I wasn't planning on it.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Velveteen Dream
You're
here.
going with Dream too,
Yeah.
huh? What
Yeah.
you got, Sam? Everybody's taking Velveteen Dream.
I too will go with Phoebe. There's no way that's not a joke that gets made all the time, right?
It's not an indictment on you, man. Like, you don't know. Sometimes you see this.
And honestly, if somebody's got a beat, it's probably about right.
All right.
Oh shit!
We're doing this one. We're doing this one in order of least likely to most likely. So I'll have you go first, Sam. Shayna Baszler versus Io
Jesus.
Shirai versus Bianca Belair versus Kairi Sane. I know it's a lot of Asian names.
I've forgotten them all.
Shayna Baszler,
Who is champion?
Yeah,
who's champ,
yeah,
versus Io Shirai.
yeah. I want her last.
Okay, Io Shirai is last. Versus Bianca Belair
Mhm.
versus Kairi Sane.
I'm gonna go with Kairi Sane on top.
To win.
Get your mind out the gutter. Get it out of there. Get it out of there.
And
You too, damn it.
That's where you got to be.
Bella
Bianca
won
Belair.
third, and then fill in the blank with the other one.
We got you, Sam.
All right, I got you.
Shayna Baszler.
I got you. All right, I'm going.
Was bad.
I'm going. Goddamn, I really don't care about
What
this
happened?
match.
Breakfast names.
I'm going Kairi Sane the win. Bianca Belair second. Shayna Baszler third. Io Shirai fourth.
Io Shirai fourth.
Yeah, least likely.
No, that's what I'm going with first. Shayna Baszler,
Yes.
then Kairi Sane,
Yes.
and I think my girl Bianca is gonna get it because I love her and she's amazing, and she's gonna get it. Because Shayna's going up.
I think I know what this guy searches on Pornhub.
Cold blood.
It's a big ass book of names.
Yeah, right. I was getting ready to say
Come
it's Pornhub. You better be just going for more than just that. Least likely.
Mine just says understanding.
Least likely to most likely. I'm going to take. Unfortunately, I'm going to take Kairi Sane as the least likely. She's already had the title. I'll go Io Shirai next. Shayna Baszler, just in case they want to try to do something wonky. But my heart, my fandom, my markdom says that this is her time. Bianca Belair will be the new NXT Women's Champion.
What do you got, Zach?
My order was the same as Murray's for the sake of brevity. I don't think Belair. I think Belair's an amazing athlete and her character's pretty good. I don't know. I think putting it on her might force her to become what she can be.
I totally agree.
But you're picking her to win.
I'm picking her to win, and I think that she will live up to the title. I don't know that she's ready for it, but I think that it will motivate her because I'm a big
I think she needs
Kyrie, and I'm a Kyrie Hojo, Io Shirai. Mark.
I think they'll be
That-
a tag team
that's
first and
where
then
my,
break them
that's
off.
where my searches are.
Single shit.
But yeah, so anyway, that's my pick.
All right, we don't have a whole lot left, but we have the biggest NXT match left, which is Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole.
Baby!
So who you got, JCB?
2 out of 3 falls. Obviously, this is going to go all 3 falls. Obviously, the Undisputed Era will be in play. At some point, you have to pay off Johnny Gargano's chase for the NXT title. I just don't think it's going to be on Friday night. I'm taking Adam Cole to win.
I'm taking Adam Cole to win also.
Oh God damn it! I hate NXT predictions.
Don't
man.
you know?
I'm
I know what Zach is going to take. We might as well go ahead and just check that one up.
I have a feeling.
And I love Johnny Gargano.
I think they're going to
I
go.
love Johnny Gargano. I think it's Adam Cole's time.
I think
to,
I don't know if it is. Or
I
not.
think it's Johnny Gargano's time. Honestly, I'm gonna go with Johnny because especially with Ciampa out and they can't really continue that yet. Whatever it was they were gonna end with that. It's time, man. Because then once he heals up, maybe he can take it from him again or something.
Sam, who you got? Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, baby. Sam Moll, baby.
I'm gonna go with Johnny Gargano because I think if it was not NXT, they'd book it the way that you guys would hate it and it'd be all pissed off. He deserved to win. So I think the one that feel like he will win.
He's not wrong. Yeah. He's not wrong. He actually listens to us, guys. He actually pays attention.
I couldn't tell though if that was a Bill or Jason.
It's me. It's me. But save me some grief. It's me. Don't even reach for the mic. Sorry, I know how much you like to talk.
Interest of being nice.
What you got, Zach?
First of all, marry me.
I know what he's looking up on Pornhub.
I can't go against my boy Johnny.
Hell no, you can't.
I can't do it, man.
Nope. I can't go against Adam Cole.
I'm betting with this rebel heart.
Okay. I say, Baby is part of my Twitter handle. How can I go against Adam Cole at this point? I can't.
I'm making an executive decision here because we're late on time. We're not doing the Battle Royal
Okay,
predictions.
Lacey Evans, Andrade, just for the record.
Lacey Evans is definitely winning that fucking Battle
I'm
Royal.
thinking Lacey Evans, Otis. We're going to go with.
We're not doing it, but I'm gonna say mine.
Throw it in real
Mary's
quick.
One of them and the other one.
Okay, there you go.
All
You
right.
can say yours, Otis.
I would have to say Andrade, honestly, because Ray's out. So
Oh, my other one's EC3.
yeah, same.
So we have Usos, Aleister Black, and Ricochet, The Bar, and Rusev Nakamura. So we got to go least likely, the most likely, and we probably got to hurry up. I'll go first. I'm going to go the Usos to retain. I'm going to go Rusev Nakamura last.
Duh.
I'll go The Bar second to last, and Aleister Black versus Ricochet second.
I got Ricochet and Black taking it. They've been pushed super hard in the main roster, and that's a good thing. Usos second, likely because they just re-signed, and then whatever the fuck you got to write down for them.
Damn. Yeah, he said whatever the right down. That's a damn shame. Nakamura was just in the title match last year. It's just kind of like this year.
Yeah.
Least likely, the most likely. I'm gonna call them the League of Nations number 1, Rusev and Nakamura. League of Nations number 2, The Bar, Ricochet and Black. Second most likely. I'm gonna take the.
They're also kind of League of Nations because Black's from Denmark or whatever.
Well, and so did The Bar. Sheamus and
No, I got them second. I mean, wait,
so they're all international.
winning, right?
They're all
Usos
international
winning.
teams.
Ricochet and
Usos
Black second.
international?
Bar
I said
third.
except for
Rusev
Usos.
Nakamura fourth.
Yeah, American, baby.
I'm going.
Don't tread on me,
I'm going.
Try to convince Trump that.
dude. I was walking my dog past his garage today. Past this garage today, and this guy's garage is open. He was working on his car, and he had 2 big flags. One said Trump 2020, keep America great, and the other one said don't tread on me. And I made a note because I'm not taking a piece of this.
On that
Make
note,
sure you get the door handle.
no, that's for the poo poo. I'm gonna go with.
Fuck you, mother! Don't tread on me. Tread on me.
Don't
Tread
step
on me.
snakes.
Tread all over my dick. I don't care. I'm a coward.
So on that note, I'm gonna go with Nakamura and Rusev as the least likely.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with The Bar next in line. I'm gonna go with the Usos, and then I'm gonna go with Ricky and AD.
Ricky. Sure.
Everybody just knows Ricochet just by like these short little nicknames. I mean, I'm the black guy in the room. I don't even. It's like I don't even exist.
You're not presumptuous.
Oh,
Ricky was, just to give you some context, Ricky was the one that got shot by the guy at Boys and Girls.
That's right. Never seen that movie ever. That's crazy.
oh man.
It's good. You should check it out.
People tell me that all the time.
I think it's a Spike Lee joint.
Go ahead, Sam. I'm sorry.
Least likely, I'm going to say The Bar. Then I'm going to say Usos. Then I'm going to say Ricky and Aleister Black. And then I'm going to say...
Stop. Don't do that.
Nakamura and the other one. That's also sure. It's time to eat crow.
Sometimes he gets it right.
Watch this on WrestleMania Sunday and be like, what the fuck?
I didn't know Sam was such a wild thing.
All right, so I'm getting rid
That's
of
a Game of Thrones joke.
I'm getting rid of Samoa Joe versus Ray because apparently Ray is hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably not going to happen.
Good for Ali, perhaps, and then at that point,
Or
Actually, Cena, man.
Or Cena.
Kevin Owens doesn't have a match either.
Yeah, I think he's in the Royal Album.
So we have Roman Reigns versus McIntyre, which is a huge match. Huge match. I will take Roman Reigns. I know that's ballsy of me.
Mm-hmm. You put that one on the table.
Zach, who you get?
I got Reigns. Drew is a top guy, and he looks like a top guy, and he acts like a top guy, and he was great in the beatdown segment.
Totally agree.
But yeah, it's Reigns.
It's also a big thing for Drew just to be in a match.
Yeah, just to be in it. It's a rub.
Yes.
Something nice. It's good to have Roman back. It's good to see that Drew looks strong going into this. Roman Reigns will win.
I thought Jason was going to say something nice. Nice to see radiation works. I'll take Roman Reigns.
No.
I'm gonna go with what I want to happen, and I think there's a future in it too. I'm gonna go with Drew winning.
Nice. I mean, that's not completely out of the realm of possibilities. Where Roman kills him in the next one, you know.
He'll get his. He'll get
Raw next night.
Because honestly, I'm not
no way
afraid
that Roman Reigns is losing WrestleMania after surviving.
if they want to put heat on somebody. That's a
Oh,
way to
trust
do it.
me, it's a great way to do it. But
I get it.
Who was I DMing today in your Instagram?
Oh, that would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. So I have to go with Roman Reigns because I recorded a song today called Roman Reigns.
Oh, yeah?
And this guy
Does it sound like chocolate
It's way like me from Roman Reigns.
And I sent you the BFR pod and DM from Shock City.
Okay, I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
Hold on, let me do the harmony on that. If we like me from Roman Reigns.
Were you a band?
That was me. That was me
I thought it
twice.
was
Shock
going to be
City
the
Studios,
chocolate
everybody.
rain kid, only
No.
doing Roman Reigns.
We got Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley versus the Boogeyman. Who you guys got? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, that's Finn Balor as the Demon. Who you guys got? Finn Balor.
Demon doesn't lose, man.
Demon doesn't lose.
Fuck the Demon, but Demon. Plus, that was the most bullshit way to say it was going to be the Demon ever.
Is everybody
WrestleMania season.
Is everybody taking the Demon?
It's going to be great to see
I'll ask
Finn
Sam.
Balor
I'll
as
ask
the Demon
Sam.
at WrestleMania.
Sam, who you taking? You
There you
taking
go,
Finn Balor
nice.
or
Yeah.
Bobby Lashley? Bobby Lashley is facing Finn Balor. Finn Balor will be in blackface wearing a rock.
Okay, see, there you go.
No, yeah, it's not even a joke. But he calls himself a demon, but he wears a Rasta wig with blackface.
Oh, okay. I'll do the other guy then.
Okay,
Bobby
Bobby
Lashley.
Lashley.
That sucks.
I hope Bobby Lashley. I'm rooting for Bobby Lashley.
Unreal.
Fuck Finn Balor and fuck the demon. Fuck it.
I love the Demon when it's not the WWE's Demon.
All right, there's one
Fair.
more match left to
It's a
talk
different
about, and this is actually one of the matches this is actually the match that I've enjoyed the build to the most, which is AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton, which is the indie. It's basically the indies versus the establishment. And they've had a great build. They had a great thing on Tuesday night.
That was really good.
Facing up against each other. So I'm actually interested to hear who do you think is going to win.
Whenever you frame it whenever the match is framed indie versus establishment, and it's WrestleMania,
shit.
establishment's going to win.
Yeah, so you're taking Orton.
I'm taking Orton.
All right, what do you got, JCB?
I love the interaction. I want to say
It was fun. It was fun.
good.
It was a lot of fun. I liked it when AJ Styles talked about it. He's like, "Yeah, you were here. Tested positive for drug tests."
Yeah,
Okay.
I love when they go that angle.
No,
It was awesome.
something
was a lot of
something good. The build, even though short, was very realistic, very poignant, very, dare I say, low the belt-ish at times. That said, I agree with Two Beard to a certain extent. This is indie versus the establishment, but I'm going to take indie on this one. I'm going to take AJ Styles.
Oh, that's surprising. Okay, I'm going to take RKO. You know what always fucks me about Randy Orton, though, is that you always think Randy Orton's going to go over at WrestleMania, and I thought about it that one time, and he faced Kane at WrestleMania, and Kane went over for, like, no reason. At that WrestleMania where it was the WrestleMania that it was Lesnar versus Reigns when Rollins cashed in.
20-ish?
31.
31.
That might be wrong too. That might have been Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton. It might have been a couple months before that.
That was both. Damn, excuse me. I think he did double duty that night.
Either way, sometimes Vince gets pissed off at Randy Orton and doesn't put him over. For this one, though, I'm going to say I'm taking Randy Orton.
Okay.
What do you got, Mark?
I'm going with Hazelwood alumni, Randy Orton.
Hazelwood Central's in the house.
My parents went to Hazelwood Central.
That's right.
They went to Hazelwood before it was Hazelwood Central.
Okay, that's right. That's right. It started right there, baby.
I'm going to go with AJ Styles for the independent thing because maybe they sense that a lot of people want to get the payoff of an underdog winning because everybody in the world in this country right now feels like they're under the establishment's thumb. No matter what you think, you have that view.
Take this in.
Yeah, that's just about it.
Yeah, I like gonna stop him. Shit, I was
no,
just
everybody feels like they're
unfortunately, like half the country feels like they're like in on it and oppressing the rest of the country, even though they're being oppressed. That's a big problem.
I know. Well, that's the thing is half of them are wrong, but still.
Yeah.
You see, that besides the point.
I think
this is the match I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this match. Also, it's going to be awesome. I'm also looking forward to tomorrow night watching NXT and Sunday night watching WrestleMania, taking a half Adderall, smoking some tweed, drinking some Chardonnay.
Over under on how long Bill lasts at WrestleMania.
I'm gonna be there the whole time, man. I'm gonna be there the whole time. It's the best Sunday of the fucking year.
G1 Supercard, we're gonna sneak that in between too, but yeah, it's gonna be a monster.
I'm gonna be the guy watching fucking Joey Janela's penis party on his phone while WrestleMania.
Hey guys, we know there's a bunch of podcasts to listen to, so we appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to our podcast. We do have a couple of birthdays.
Jump back
before we get it. DDP this week is 63, 1 year younger than Jason. Charlotte is 33. Otunga is 39. Bianca Belair is 30. Paul Bearer, R.I.P. would have been 65. And Juice Robinson is 30. Hey, everybody.
Juice.
Damn.
Thank you for listening very much for Shock City Studios for St. Louis, Missouri as the city.
Okay.
Well,
For JJ Twigs, for
Check.
Soul Taco, for
Check.
F&B Eateries,
Check.
for Schlafly, for
Check.
Sam the Muller Mall,
Check.
for 2 Beer Zach Coleman,
Check.
for Murray the Murray Man Murray,
Check.
for Jason Cornelius Bell, for Vice Bo Geisman.
Good job,
I
guys.
am Bill Vagey, and everybody
Check.
have fun at WrestleMania weekend and boo the Heat! We could have done 2 hours.
Oh yeah. So basically a two-parter.
Yeah, right.
At least.
Oh, shit. It lasts more than an hour, didn't it?
Not much. I don't know exactly what time we started.
I have on.
But you started it before we
Started. So yeah, it was.
Dude, I think I'm gonna start like mentioning that on Twitter and stuff when we're getting into doing these. It's like, hey, join us for the pre-party. There's always a couple of minutes before we actually start recording. That you only get when you watch us live.
Sex bots?
We're not always talking about sex.
So, to Mark, at the very beginning, as he was doing the introduction, I was losing it over here. He said, hashtag sex robot on a pole match.
Who said that?
To Mark Group.
That's bad.